you're moving to the Oklahoma City metro area and you're wondering, where the heck do I move to, right? Hey, that's what this channel is all about. If you want to know about living in, moving to, relocate to Oklahoma City metro area, you absolutely got to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the channel's updates. Today, we're talking about 10 tips when you're moving to Moore, Oklahoma. Moore's just south of Oklahoma City. Like, they touch, their borders touch. I think on 89th Street. I think it's 89th Street that they touch. But if you're wanting to move to Oklahoma City and you're thinking about Moore, you're wondering, should I not? Well, here's 10 tips on today's video about if you should. All right, if you're new to the channel, my name is Josh Barnett. I'm an agent over at eXp Realty. Loving making these videos, and the team of agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, we love earning your business. So when you relocate to, move in, you got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or book a Zoom call down below too, and we can look at the maps together. We can look at the neighborhoods together. Seriously, we want to make sure that you have the most informed decision possible when it comes to buying your home in the Oklahoma City metro area and the Stillwater metro area. Chandler, we work the whole state, folks. We are all over the place. EXP's huge. But let's get in today's video. A lot of times people don't want to deal with HOAs. They don't want to deal with HOAs. I get it, man. If you want to deal with a bunch of Karens complaining about everything under the sun, move to an HOA. Oh my gosh. They are so frustrating. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some great HOAs. There's some great people in charge of the HOAs who tell the Karens to just stop it. Stop bugging them. Learn to live together, people. Seriously. But, of course, HOAs are good, too. You know, you don't want dilapidated RVs parked outside your house for a super long time. You know, you don't want them running the sewer system into the sewer drains, right? I get it. There's a place for RVs. I get it. There are neighborhoods in Moore. There absolutely are neighborhoods in Moore that do have HOAs. So something to keep in mind. But when you're looking for a house, there's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons to HOAs. Okay, don't let the Karen comment upset you, get you all upset. You know, there's pros and cons to everything. There is. You know, it's good for everybody to speak their minds and have a voice. But if it's over, but you get it. You know what I'm talking about, right? Number one, check for HOAs. Moore, Oklahoma. Check out, there's a National Weather Service map that shows you where all the paths are of the tornadoes, because guess what? Oklahoma gets tornadoes. If you didn't know that and you're looking at Oklahoma, be forewarned. Those of you that live here know what I mean. Hold on, there's an exploded pallet on the highway that I'm driving over. Okay, be forewarned when it comes to living in Oklahoma, okay? You want to download the weather apps, especially during the spring and fall. We get tornadoes. Tornadoes is basically like God just wiping everything off the map in front of that tornado. It's pretty crazy, pretty disastrous. Some tornadoes are small, some tornadoes are big. Do your own research on tornadoes, and do your own research on how many tornadoes go through Moore, okay? I recommend definitely checking into a storm shelter if you live in Moore, especially if you've got little kiddos, because I myself have little kiddos. I have a storm shelter where I live, and I know how difficult it is to load kiddos in the car and leave, especially at night, because tornadoes can happen at any time. It's much easier just to go to the tornado shelter during the springtime when you get tornado warnings than it is to load them up in the car and try to drive them around. That at night, you know, you're tired. Whew. So that was number 9. Check for storm shelters. Okay, home buying tip in Moore, Oklahoma is check for storm shelters. Home buying tip in Moore, Oklahoma, number 8 that you want to pay attention to is the neighborhood itself. Whether that's in Oklahoma City, whether that's in Norman, whether that's in Edmond, Oklahoma, you want to check out the neighborhood. This video is just on Moore, and it applies to pretty much all home buying everywhere. It's not just Moore, but we're making it about Moore today because that's what's on the schedule. Okay, that's what's on the schedule. So drive the neighborhood in the morning when people are getting up, going to work, when the kids get ready to go to school. Drive the neighborhood at lunch. Drive the neighborhoods at lunch that you're interested in. Drive the neighborhoods in the evening when everyone's coming home from school. Drive the neighborhood. Get to know that neighborhood, because home buying and home selling, it's a large purchase and it costs a lot of money. So check out the neighborhood too, folks. All right, more like all Oklahoma, it's pretty spread out. And it has some great access to the highway, both I-44 and I-35. It has access to both of those highways pretty good. But check your commute times. You could go into Google Maps, I believe, and put the time of the day that you want to check your commute time, which is totally awesome. Seriously awesome to be able to check your commute time at the time of day on Google Maps. And that's going to give you a great idea on if you want like a 15-minute commute to work, check those maps, because some places in Moore, if it's in the very middle of the two highways, you might have a 25-minute commute. You might have a 25-minute commute rather than just a 15-minute commute. Moore is super central. You can easily get to Norman and Moore. You can easily get to Oklahoma City and Moore, but check those commute times when you're purchasing a home, when you're researching homes in Moore, Oklahoma. Item number 6, when you're researching buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma, is you want to check out the internet providers. We have Cox in Oklahoma, COX, Cox in Oklahoma, and then OEC Fiber. I don't know if it's made it into Moore. I'm pretty sure it's down in Norman, but OEC Fiber is another really good internet provider. You have super crazy fast speeds at only $85 a month. I think for middle of the road speeds with Cox, you're looking at $110 a month. So, and also AT&T is an internet provider in Moore, Oklahoma too. So those are ones to check out. I don't think Starlink's made it to Moore, Oklahoma yet for internet providing, but number 5 is check out your internet providers, especially if you're a work from home person. Item number 6 on home buying tips in Moore, Oklahoma is also double check cell phone reception. We have US Cellular, we have AT&T, we have Verizon. That's who my carrier is. If you need a Verizon hookup, holler at me. I'll get you in touch with my guy. But check your cell phone reception for your neighborhood. Oklahoma's weird. I'll be driving around and then all of a sudden reception just disappear. And that happened when I had AT&T, and that happens when I have Verizon too. So if you really like your cell phone carrier, double check the neighborhoods that you're super interested in. Go drive around those neighborhoods with your cell phone and make sure you have good reception in it if you can't change carriers. If you're like married to that carrier and you're unwilling to change, check out that cell phone reception when you're looking at different neighborhoods, when you're relocating to move within Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area. Hey, if you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to the channel too if you're liking this information. I've got tons of videos down below in the playlist on the channel about Moore, about Oklahoma City, about Guthrie, about Lincoln County, Pottawatomie County, Payne County. Definitely check it out. The team of agents that I work with, eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your business. Give it a big thumbs up if you're liking this info. Homebuyer tip number 7. Always get a home inspection. Unless you're like a full-blown GC contractor, get a home inspection. And even then, I would get a home inspection, because those home inspectors, they look at all sorts of stuff. Their reports are in between like 40 and 100 pages long. They look at all sorts of stuff. They tell you all sorts of stuff about your home that you wouldn't have known about it. And if anything, it's just going to give you a honey-do list. If you're in the market, today's market, buyers can't ask for too much. They can still ask for things. Don't get me wrong. You can still ask for things that come up, but you can't nickel and dime the sellers. You can't beat them over the head with stupid inspections, because we're still getting multiple offers. We're not getting 15, 20, 30 multiple offers at a time on houses when we're helping buyers buy them and when we're helping sellers sell them. But we are still getting 2, 3 multiple offers at a time. So sellers still have options. So if a buyer tries to beat them up with too long of a home inspection list, they might just go and take the next guy, the backup offer. They might do that. But definitely get a home inspection so you as a buyer know what to prepare for. Because that home inspector is going to give you a huge list of things to prepare for. And they're definitely going to affirm or let you know it's not worth it if you want to go ahead and purchase a home warranty too. So number 7, get a home inspection when you're buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma. And another thing too is with all the tornadoes, something might show up on that home inspection that the homeowner may never knew about with all the high winds that may come through. Item number 8, when buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma, we gotta know the market. We gotta know the market. If you're in the 250K and below market in Moore, Oklahoma, you're dealing with downsized buyers, first-time home buyers, and you're dealing with investor buyers, okay? You're dealing with 3 different people. If you're in the luxury market in Moore, Oklahoma, it's not gonna be near as competitive as it's gonna be for your first-time home buyer market, your move-down market, your investor market. There's 3 different people fighting for those 3 different types of buyers fighting for that home. So that's where you're still getting multiple offers. But if it's the luxury market, unless it's a super exclusive neighborhood that a lot of people want, like with the gated neighborhood, the parks and the ponds and stuff like that, you're not going to have too big a competition as compared to the first-time home buyer market, of course. So know your market. Know the average days on the market for your home. Know how many showings to pending that houses get when you're buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma. And the team of agents that I work with and we tell you that information. We give you so much knowledge. When you find the right home, you're ready to pull that trigger because you've done all your market research. Number 8, know your market. Number 9, when buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma, and remember, this video applies for all metro areas, even throughout the country. This video applies to that. But number 9, when buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma, is you absolutely gotta know what your closing costs are. If you're using a VA loan, you gotta know if you need to get closing costs to help with the VA funding fee, because that's gonna put you in a negative position when buying a home. Because if the seller's still getting 2, 3 multiple offers, and one offers offering $5K over no closing costs, one is offering 100% at asking with no closing costs, and then you're doing a VA loan with $5K over and asking for like $7,500 in closing costs, the first 2 offers are better than yours. The first 2 offers are better than yours. So you do not want to not know what your costs are to close, because you don't want to fall in love with the house and then find out because closing costs, they range anywhere between $500 and $7,500 on the homes that are below like $200,000. But we do an itemized buyer sheet for your price range and show you exactly what the closing costs are. That way you know. And then we email that to your lender for verification. Hey, are these numbers where your numbers are at? Are these numbers close? And then your lender can reiterate, yes, those numbers are close. Our numbers are, usually overestimated by about $500 because it's way better to overestimate rather than underestimate. But know your closing cost when you're buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma. And like I said, this applies everywhere. Know what the costs are to buy a home. Buying a home's not cheap. It's not cheap buying a home. It's a big decision. It's a long-lasting decision. But the cool thing about it is you'll probably get appreciation. You'll probably get equity. Buying a home is like a forced savings plan, is basically what it is. It's a forced savings plan. Item number 9, know your cost when you're buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma. And the number one thing, drum roll please. The number one thing when you're buying a home in Moore, Oklahoma is, you know what I'm getting ready to say. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, so the group of agents that I work with, the eXp Realty and I, can connect with you and help you when you're buying your home in Moore, Oklahoma. Guys, Josh Bardette, eXp Realty, contact info's down below. We're waiting for you. We're ready to get out there and help you find a home. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy all the other videos on the channel. And as always, if you know someone else, share it with them. Share the love. Share the love with them. I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, the glare. Man, I just pulled into the sun. Let me adjust. Can I pause this? Nope, I sure can't. Okay, I just pulled into the sun. So there, that fixed it a little bit. But now I look all red. All right, okay. Let me see if I can adjust this view a little bit.